we've learned, I think, through the past year since Donald Trump has left office, that if you are a Republican or if you are on the right side of things, you will not be treated the same as a Democrat. And this was the DNC's lead. He is the DNC's lead counsel. This is a 90% Democratic state. The jury had 3 people that voted for Hillary Clinton, donors of Hillary Clinton. And the one female's daughter is the rowing team captain for Michael Sussmann's daughter.
Right.
That's what we dealt with. But more importantly, I always say, if it was Donald Trump or me that went into the FBI and said, I'm not representing Donald Trump, but I'm going to lie to you today, I would be behind bars so fast, Rob, it wouldn't even be funny. And that's the thing that's so frightening to me, is that I can have the best argument. You could go in front of any case and you have no shot in hell if you are a Republican or you're on a conservative side of things. And that's a scary place for our country. It's not the way we're supposed to operate.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And it's interesting to me that the only 2 people, Mr. Attorney General, that have been acquitted in the Trump-Russia investigation are both Democrats. So we had Greg Craig originally and now Michael Sussmann. I think that's also very telling. But despite the verdict, do you think that it's clear that certain high-powered people at the FBI back in 2016 didn't want Donald Trump to be president?
100%.
There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. And what I see coming out of the Sussmann case is really that there is no justice in the District of Columbia, because you have to look no further than General Flynn's prosecution and the judge's handling of that case and the allowing almost unlimited evidence presented. And then you compare and contrast that to the Sussmann prosecution, where not only did the judge limit the evidence and limit an ability to tell the story, but you have a jury that appears to have just nullified, irregardless, and no matter what the evidence showed, they just decided that they were going to have a not guilty case. But this is what I think is really eroding our institutions. As someone that has spent almost 8 years at the Department of Justice, I see a real crisis of confidence happening, especially at the FBI. They have too much political bias, especially leading into the 2016 campaign, and that colored all of their investigations.
Well, General, if you don't mind, Elena, I have a question for you. But General, just since you brought that up, a quick follow-up. So James Baker, we're talking about the top lawyer at the FBI, right? The FBI General Counsel. He testified under oath that did Michael Sussmann lie? And he said yes. But somehow the jury said that Michael Sussmann was not guilty. So how do we believe the FBI moving forward? It just takes a shot right at the credibility of the FBI.
Well, they're going to have to spend a long time trying to rebuild that credibility. But, if you look at how the damage that not only Jim Baker did at the FBI, and, he was one at the crossroads of the Hillary Clinton email scandal, in addition to, the Russian collusion fable. But you look at what Jim Comey and Andy McCabe did, and the lack of confidence. The American people, want to believe that there are good men and women that wear white hats that do justice. But these types of results erode that confidence. And it's hard for me, even though it's an institution I have a lot of faith in. It's, even my faith is eroding, because at the end of the day, these types of results just erode any kind of goodwill that the FBI has built over the years.
Yeah, and think about the hell that Trump people went through while he was president, especially early on in his presidency.
And the president went through, yeah.
You think about that. And just, Elena, this notion that Donald Trump, look, this guy is a brilliant man. He might be president again. Who knows? Okay, none of us know, but it could happen again. That this man was somehow savvy enough to coordinate with the president of Russia to somehow affect his election here in 2016. And the fact that no actual tangible evidence ever came out except for hearsay and stuff from the Clinton campaign is utterly preposterous when you back up. But I just want to ask you about this next trial that's coming up October. This one focuses more on the Steele dossier, which has also been debunked, but the trial of Igor Venchenko. What are you watching for there?
It's going to be a lot of the same thing. So Danchenko and that whole line of questioning, to me, I think what Durham is doing, and I know it's hard when you're not an attorney to see kind of beyond the failed jury verdict, But what they're doing is step by step, basically putting people on the stand that are saying inconsistent things. Those inconsistencies are going to lead us to more indictments. When it comes to Danchenko, it's obvious, we have the Steele dossier, we have Fusion GPS, we have News Star. Mark Elias, who was Hillary Clinton's GC, is going to be implicated there. I would be shocked if we don't get some indictments coming from that side of things. And then, frankly, it's all going to assist our lawsuit against all of them. We've named the FBI, we've named Elias, we've named Sussmann, we've named everybody. And a criminal suit is a higher bar. You have to go beyond a reasonable doubt that there was a material issue. It wasn't that he lied, but that it materially affected the FBI. I have a much lower standard. For me, it's, did you hurt Donald Trump? And there is not a single person that could say that this was not a collusion witch hunt that is still continuing, frankly. And if we don't correct it soon, the country's in real trouble.
Elena, we'll have you back. Mr. Attorney General, great to see you again. Matthew Whitaker, Alina Habba. This was really fascinating to me. I think despite the verdict, we learned a whole lot. A lot of stuff that we already knew, I think, in this trial. Thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.